This is a plot to kill another Ijaw son. Ijaw nation will resist this by any means necessary, because we live by the doctrine of self-determination and resource control by any means necessary. We are not a conquered entity.
No, not my country. Nigeria is not my country. I am an Ijaw man. I have never chosen to renounce my citizens of the Ijaw nation.
Hello, good evening, SC viewers. If you are new to this channel, kindly like, share, subscribe, and please do not forget to hit the notification bell. Mr. Chinedu Michael, we are seeing a new twist from Ijaw nation saying that they are going to consider their stand in Nigeria, talking about self-determination. We understand that the Ijaws are not new to self-determination. In the past, Isaac Boro rose to say they want Ijaw ethnic nationality as a sovereign state. This time around, they are not taking it easy with Tinubu. They are not taking it easy with Nigeria. They are summoned in a meeting to consider their self-determination, and they want to collaborate with Biafra.
Yes, you can see this arose as a result of somebody from South who came and dwarfed Ijaw's influence in Nigeria. Of course, not only in Nigeria, in South, and completely rendered them to a level of minority upon minority, minority upon minority of minority. No matter, So I think that was actually what has ignited, the anger. It's not necessarily the target on the Popo man, from Ubani area of Opopo. That Ubani area of Opopo was founded by an Igbo man.
But what does it mean for Biafra struggle? If I may ask?
No, what it means is that the realization. If you look at what Isaac Boro actually did as at that time, was just within the axis of Bayelsa alone. And if you look at it now, you know that before then, the man from Sierra Leone has started. Before even it's not that people does not understand history. The Igbo man that took over Sierra Leone and Gambia and in those days have already started agitation for Biafra, and that was where I got that inspiration, to proclaim less than 1 million people at that time as a sovereign Niger Delta Republic. And the people, if you look at it now, it was simply targeted on the influence, the growing influence of their own brothers, And when it became a reality, it did not say Biafra. He never said Biafra. He said Niger Delta Republic. And if the world want to grant somebody a nation or a country, a republic or a sovereignty, was in truth and honesty, was the Ijaw nation, as at that time under Isaac Boro, has the economy, the population, the geographical space to actually make a nation.
But what do you want this to come together with Biafra?
We need to correct some of these things that planted is a certain seed that people are now feasting on, and to target their own brothers, their own neighbors, who have never for one day taken any of their life. Even when at the proclamation of Biafra, the man, instead of returning Niger Delta Republic, he joined Nigeria military against his own brother. I am not saying that people, he was a former police officer, Isaac Boro, but I'm not saying that, people are not entitled. But in all rationality, at least when you come to understand that, okay, people are, it has come to this level, a man from Bayelsa, Paul has already suggested Biafra, then you switch over to Biafra Alliance as at that time, and let this synergy, because as at that time, the viability of it, even till now, and that's what Wike is talking about, that with that Igbo influence, there's no Ijaw, but it has come to a point that, they feel that their ego has been thrown to the gutters. And when you see so many of them that are coming up and saying, what is actually, going on. And I've seen some people saying that, from that as he's saying that, I am from Ijaw, I stand for Biafra. I am from Bomagi, I stand for Biafra. I am from Patani, I stand for Biafra. I am from Masoma, I stand for Biafra. You can see different people, coming from that angle saying it. But it has become a clear thing that at that level, there's going to be a serious reach out and amalgamation between the Ijaw nation and, of course, the Biafran movement, which most of them have signaled that there's likely going to be, a serious union between these people. The Igbo man does not see the Ijaw man as a minority. The Igbo man see an Ijaw man as a brother, not as a minority.
If I may ask this question, this recent move of Ijaw nation for self-determination, what does it mean for Biafra struggle and Biafra sovereignty?
Of course, what it means is they have seen what Odumegwu Emeka Odumegwu, the Kemba one of Nnewi, saw so many years ago. They've also seen what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu saw. They've also seen what the likes of Simon Ekpa have seen. They have also seen that the quest to drive sanity among ethnic nationalities in Nigeria was only respected by the Igbos.
But ultimately, what does it mean for Nigerian unity
well, balkanization has always been the direction to go in an entity that refuses to work. As simple as that. There's no nation in the world today, including America, including UK, that does not have ethnic nationalities. There's no nation. So what is important is at this point in time is to put everything on the table and let the Ijaw nation side. Well, let me tell you, from the Biafran Charter and the Biafran Constitution that is coming up any moment from now, some of it has been made public. It shows that every resources that is coming from Ijaw land will be for the Ijaw people.
But if I may ask this question, do you advise the Ijaw nation to collapse their struggle for Ijaw sovereignty into Biafra struggle?
Bros, every ethnic group in Nigeria, in Biafra land, is a nation.
In a nation.
Every ethnic nationality in Biafran land is seen as a nation.
No.
And yes, it's seen as a nation on its own. But when we are talking about, union, unification, you understand what I'm saying? When you're talking about unification, when you're talking about building a synergy, a country, a solid sovereignty, we are talking about respecting the respective will and autonomy of those minorities, ethnic national minorities that make up the component of a nation, of sovereignty of Biafra. That's what we're talking about. Nobody is going to relegate. The Igbo man is not interested in whatever that is coming out from Ijaw. The Igbo themselves, as you can tell you categorically today, including control 7 states of the south, and southeast region presently now, and to an extent, Middle Belt. So you cannot tell me that those people from Idoma and others are also seen as a nation. So they just should not look at it from the angle that, what is it on the ground? What is on the ground is that they are not the only ethnic nationality within the Biafra geographical sovereignty. That's the fact. And if
we are talking about mutual respect for each and every,
I'm talking about unification of all the ethnic nations, even those who are tendering the referendum to join, to be accommodated, will be accommodated as long as it is all about sovereignty, it's all about humanity, it's all about advancement, it's all about economy, it's all about mutual interest, it's not about oppression. But it can tell you that it has become very clearly that the world themselves have come to realize that the Igbo people and the Ijaw people can actually come together to move Biafra nation forward, considering the strength of each other. It is well needed. And another thing I want to add to this is that, the present Pandev leaders and the Ijaw Youth Council have already signified that this is the direction we want to go. And if this thing has come to this level, what is there that is remaining? Because if you look at it, to be a nation, it takes a lot of things. The world will look at a lot of things. So what that self-determination movement is signaling is unification with the Biafran sovereignty. That's what it means. You know, the Idoma people are also signaling the Ambazonia. We are looking at the expansion, you know, because of the maritime strength that's attached to it. So I believe in the present day leadership of Pandef, what they are trying to do, because what has happened to Fubara today is an embarrassment to the Ijaw people as who have worked successfully. If I can quote Asarido Kubo, Tombolo, Ateketom, and so many of the ex-militants in this regard, they became up that, you know, but I'm surprised that most of them are coming out to say that it was the Igbo people that have been ruling River State. But it wasn't, you can see how they were hiding under certain umbrella. They never recognized the presence of Igbo in River State. But they were not saying that it was the Igbo people in River State that were ruling. And it is time for the Ijaw people to rule. And I am in support of that. I'm not against it. I believe that the Ijaw should also have a fair share because, you know, Bayelsa alone, you know, where they are predominantly significant. With from what we are getting, the Ijaw community, the Ijaw people in River State cannot be able to muster enough voting strength to be able to vote for a governor in River State because of that level. But the way it looks now, you know, would they say that Mazin Nnamdi is not correct? Would they say that what Ojukwu was talking about is not correct, you know? But so what we're saying at this point that it has become a reality that we are seeing direct signal of threat to the extermination of the old Eastern region. And it's a plea to every one of them, you know, and no matter where you come from, whether you are Urobo, Ishekiri, whatever you are, wherever you are, you know, to look at it from the direction of unification and unity and push for independence, for continuity, and for recognition of the Republic of Biafra. Let me give you an instance. Anybody that is thinking in that direction that the reason for Biafra is crude oil. Plus, I don't want to cause any, I don't want to say anything funny at this point, but it will be unfortunate for people, for this generation of the young people, for this generation to think in that direction that the Biafra is about crude oil. Who tells you that? The Igbo man has not been in power for so long, for over 64 years, and the Igbos are still surviving without even the crude oil. And Mazin Nnamdi have said this severally. That the interest is let the young people control their crude oil, let everybody control whatever he has. As simple as that. And that is not going to be what we are experiencing in Nigeria. They are trying to bring Fubara down because they felt that Fubara is sitting on the wealth of River State, where River State alone contributes about 45% to 50% of national revenue. So how will you justify that?
Let me say a very big thank you for your time. This is an ongoing conversation. We hope to have you next time to further this conversation. But for now, I think this is a good place. Thank you very much.